Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White, Sage Woman. This show is brought to you today by True Psychics Network. I do believe we froze. Hold on just one moment. Let me check. What's going on here. Did we freeze? Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought we froze for a moment. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, we are at the end of... I'm not even going to mention it. It's not worth it, right? Anyway, welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White, Sage Woman, and I am very happy to be with you all this beautiful day. So, I'm finding that every command that I click on with this program is giving me a hard time. So we will just show the banner and then be done with it and just get on with the show. Okay, so no more freezing. Make it so. Do the Jedi mind trick. No more freezing. Make it so. So, okay, good. As long as you can still hear me, then that's fine. I guess it just has to to catch up. So, excuse me just one moment. My son is upstairs, not feeling well, and I have all of his texts to come to me, even in silent mode, to push past the silent in case of emergency. So he's upstairs not feeling well. So we'll just send some positive love and energy up to him today. His name is Stefan. So his ear normally doesn't hurt, and he woke up with his ear hurting today. So still send lots of love and healing to Stefan and anyone that needs it. We're just putting it all out there to any and everyone, right? So, all right. Well, last week I didn't have a show because last week was Education Week with Nature's Sunshine. They had these wonderful webinars, and I am an independent distributor and also educate myself daily basis with the products, with natural herbs. And so they were really the first ones to put herbs in a capsule. All right. And so we're not talking about vitamins and supplements, and sure, they have these things, but we're talking about pure herbs, things from the earth, no synthetic anything, okay? And so just, if you haven't checked out Nature's Sunshine, they've been around since the early 70s. You might really want to check them out, and their reputation is just 5-star. And you can do all the research yourself. But they also educate. They have these free webinars for anyone to attend where they educate you even more. And I love that they do that. It's the only company I know of that educates you as you go. So, and it's not just for the distributors, but for the public as well, for anyone who uses the product. So that's why we didn't have a show last week. All right, so those of you familiar with my show know that I also start the show off with the number of the day. And in using numerology, we take numbers down to a single digit for the numbers 1 to 9. So using the date of today, and we're going to use the complete date. All right, February 25th, 2014. So February is a 2. So 2 plus the date of 25 plus 2014. So let's take that down even more. 2 plus, now 25th, we're going to add 2 plus 5 is 7. So 2 plus 7 plus, this year 2014 is a 7 vibration. Very high spiritual number. All right? So here we go. It's 2 plus 7 plus 7 equals 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. Yes. People in chat got it. Now, I know y'all are so smart and get it so quick, but for those of you who maybe haven't watched my show before and maybe aren't too familiar with numerology, I just like to be thorough and make sure that everyone's kind of on board with it. But today is a 7. Hey, another beautiful spiritual type of energy, type of day for you. It is a day for meditation and getting in touch with your inner self. Today is about your own spiritual realizations, your wisdom, and hope. You are comfortable being alone today. Yes, you need to. You need to have that time. Comfortable. Whether you have a few moments, whether you have a whole day, it's a good time to reflect over your most recent activity and to judge the merits of your actions and see what might need to change. But do not engage in self-criticism. So I'll repeat that last sentence in just one moment because, Gracie is barking. So I'll repeat that last one more time, that last sentence. It is a good time to reflect over your most recent activities in order to and not really judge. How about let's review the merits of our actions and see what needs to change, but don't engage in self-criticism. It's very interesting for the topic of today's show. We're just going to observe only. Observe. It's not a good time to start new projects or activities. All right? So, and just be very careful with any type of confrontation with loved ones or become overexcited over mundane things. Let's remember not to react, but to respond to situations. All right? Let's remember to respond. Let's have that. People say, count to 10. There's a reason why they want you to, or why it was suggested to count to 10. And it's not so much just so that you're not in anger, but that in any type of reaction type of situation, don't be so reactive. Let's be responsive. So, anyway, yes, my Gracie wanted to get on the mic. For those that read the comments in the chat, yeah. You hear her now, right? She's getting more confidence and she's feeling more comfortable, and I'm waiting for Puppy Ty to come up, and he usually wants to get in my lap at one point. So, but I don't want him to be a distraction for anyone. All right. So speaking about numerology, Jane Alton is UK's #1 numerologist. Is featured in the True Psychics Network magazine. You can find her daily report on the True Psychics Network magazine. And it's really, really beautiful, her daily post. So look for this afternoon her numerology for today. And it's not so much what the number is, but it's what the energies that are favorable for today. All right. And you can contact her for your own personal numerology report. I mean, these are very, very detailed. So if you're thinking of a name change, maybe a legal name change, or if you're getting married, and not only for the females who are changing the name, but also the date of the wedding, and dates of any type of important events, whether it's signing paperwork for a home, you're buying a home, a car, an RV, anything major like that, where you really want to make sure what the energies are going to be like. Please contact her, and you can find her, like I said, the True Psychics Network online magazine, or go to her website is www.janealton.com. janealton.com. And so if you are watching this show live, you are able to see the links being posted in the chat room. Thank you so much, Crab, for posting these links. And if you are watching this show on a replay and you have any questions, maybe about anything that you hear, or you need me to repeat any of the links, then just please send me an email, and I'll be happy to get back in touch with you and give you that information that you request. So, but it is very, very interesting, like especially if any of you who plan on getting married soon, for women, for changing their names. And I think that if every woman stops and think about that for a moment, they can say that marriage changed them. It changed them when they changed their name. The energy shifted. The energy changed. I certainly noticed that within myself, but I didn't notice it then. It was on reflection. All right. Because I noticed that, oh, wow, I really started stepping back into who I am spiritually after I married my husband now. My current husband, I should say. But we've been married for over 20 years. So my first marriage didn't last very long. And I had a hard time writing the name. The name wouldn't stick for me because the energy wasn't favorable. There's nothing against the man that my first marriage. It was just, it wasn't me. And I didn't feel comfortable. The energies weren't favorable for me. And so, absolutely, when I got rid of that name, everything shifted for me when the name changed. So just think about that for a moment. And people who change their names, who may be very successful, they change their names, and then again, the whole thing of a shift. Now, let's just, a good example for celebrity-wise is when Prince changed his name. He's back to Prince now, you notice that? But Prince, when he changed his name to the artist formerly known as, come on, you know, I can understand you want a symbol to represent you. Just have the symbol part of your name. But you confuse people and you changed the energy and the vibration by doing that. So just make sure, and a lot of people now maybe are getting spiritual names, whether in meditations or someone is giving you a message, master teachers, not just meditation, maybe in dreams, maybe you're bestowed a special spiritual name. You just want to check. I just personally would check with Jane Alton and make sure that everything is favorable for you. So there you go, Jane. I just wanted to let everyone know about that. All right. Horoscopes for this week are channeled by Reverend Pamela Cummins, our musical psychic. She's known as a musical psychic. You can find the horoscopes for this week on True Psychics Network. Click on the horoscopes page, and each week you get a new horoscope. But see what energies and song is favorable for you this week. They're always so fun. It's so great. I love mine, and it's just such fun energy. It really is. But also too, it gives you the message that you need. But then you end up you're singing the song too. That she says is for you. You're humming it all day long. We're singing it, so it's really cute. All right. Now, those in the New England area, be sure to check upcoming events on True Psychics Network and on my website as well, the upcoming events, so that you have an opportunity to see me in public. All right. I do have a couple more I need to post, and I will do that within the next day or two. Again, my website is whitesagewoman.com. Also, I would like to announce that this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I am going to be a special guest on the Violet Reiki Rose Show on Blog Talk Radio. All right. It's the Violet Reiki Rose Show. If you go into Blog Talk Radio and type in, she calls it VRR Show, but type out Violet Reiki Rose, and you will be able to, you should be able to go right to her channel. Now, if anyone would like to have the link directly to the show, this is posted and advertised very much so on social networks. You can find me on True Psychics Network. Of course, you can find me on True Psychics Network. You can find me on Facebook as well, LinkedIn, Google Plus, spiritual networks. There's so many different social networks to where I will put this information out there. Just like the links for the show today, I will put the link for that radio show. Okay? So, we have comedians in the chat room. Too funny. All right. Well, the topic of the week is improving your self-confidence and self-esteem. This was actually brought to me weeks ago, this topic, and as I was developing this, I thought this is going to be an article. This is going to be great, And then I didn't realize that it was actually going to be incorporated into part of my Psychic Medium Awareness and Development course, one of the online courses that I teach. And I'm actually excited because I'm going to be teaching that Psychic Medium Awakening and Development course at Crystal Visions in Plainfield, Connecticut on Saturdays. So we are setting up the course program. And so those of you, again, that are local, you can come either to Goldylocks Temple of Healing, to my home. You can catch me over in Plainfield, Connecticut, or online too. It doesn't matter if you don't live locally. I have a lot of students through Skype, and it's very, very effective. All right. So, but before we start discussing this week's topic, let's find out messages for the week via the crystals and gemstones and power animals. So the crystal and gemstone message for this week is a Unakite. And I will put that in the chat room, spell that out for people. Unakite. If you want to Google that and see what it looks like, it's very beautiful. Unakite. It's Unakite, like Unakite. Unakite. This is a stone of unconditional love for humanity, for connection to all, and reunion. It helps with abandonment and separation issues. Listen, it helps with abandonment and separation issues. Pretty much everyone we meet now has those type of issues, those types of post-traumatic stress syndrome, right? So very, very, very powerful type of stone to have in your collection. Now, the power animal message is peacock. Peacock. And I have to tell you, I started giggling when I first saw this because just last night we were watching a movie, and we watched it like so many times I can't even tell you. You know, one of those good funny movies that you just watch over and over and over. But it was with, what's it called? The Other Guys. The name of it is The Other Guys, with Mark Wahlberg and with Will Ferrell. Oh my gosh, it was just hysterical. Well, one of the lines that Mark Wahlberg would always feel like people were trying to hold him down, and he's like, let me fly, I'm a peacock. And so that line just, repeated for me when I saw peacock, and it made me laugh and giggle and be like, oh, that is so cool. So, yes, message for peacock, or what the peacock represents. It encompasses all aspects of beauty. It symbolizes immortality, the ability to see into the past, present, and future, honoring your dignity and self-worth, and rising out of the ashes. So it's very beautiful the way that the gemstones for the day and the animal for the day, or for the week actually, supports the topic. And again, for those of you coming in, thank you so much. Welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show, and thank you for joining the chat room. Each and every one of you means a lot to me. It's very special that you took time out of your day to spend some time with not just me, but everyone in chat as well, with the rest of us and the Circle of Light. So just to recap, the crystal and gemstone message of the week is Unakite, and the power animal message for the week is from Peacock. So very, very beautiful messages. All right, and I just want to give a warning. My oldest son is home from work. He's going to be coming in less than a minute, so be prepared for Gracie to have more to say. Cover your ears, lower the volume. It's beautiful. It just... Right. Dog alarm. 10, 9, I know, right? Countdown. Wait for it. I love it. It's just really beautiful. And for those of you who have watched the shows in the past, know that we had one dog. We still have Foxy, who's 13 years old, and we got 2 rescue dogs. Gracie, who is 18 months old, and then her son Ty, who is about 3 months old now. And so we've had them, Gracie and Ty, for about over 2 weeks now, and we're just enjoying them. And Gracie's getting comfortable now to be really protective. Oh, even Ty got in. Listen to the little puppy bark. Yeah, exactly. Our lovies always have something to say, don't they? That is adorable, right? Oh, you're so fierce, Ty. Go get him. All right. As soon as he starts making his lunch, they're going to be like best friends. Oh, what you got there? What you eating? All right. So it's everyone who takes in a rescue dog, you are making such a difference, and that's just a passion, and that I have is that go to the shelter, go to a rescue place, and get these beautiful pets, cats, dogs. They're there and ready for their forever home. So that way they're not just put down, because there still unfortunately are some high kill shelters out there, and so those are the ones that rescue agencies try to go in and save as many as they can. All right. So I wish we could save them all. Really, it always, as a child, I would envision I'm going to live on this huge farm, but it has to be by the water. It has to be by the ocean. Yeah, this huge land where you could just save every animal that needed saving. And I think we've all had that, though, right? I know. It's not sappy. It's beautiful. We realize all that. All right, on with the topic now, improving your self-confidence and self-esteem. Let me just get a sip of water here. All right. In our spiritual dimension, there are many techniques that can help guide us around the roadblocks and obstacles we face in our lives. These techniques are meditations and visualization. These techniques are the first tools that are utilized in my Psychic Medium Awakening Development class. Our minds are extremely powerful, and it is possible to create happiness and abundance by tapping into our own inner strength and power. Inner, when I say inner strength, then I'm referring to within. Your sacred heart center, our heart chakra, your soul, however you want to refer to it. Focus on the positive images of prosperity and peace as you release the powerful hold of any negativity that you are a slave to, pretty much, or that you're holding on to. Now, negativity isn't designed to be given as much attention and power as we sometimes give it. Negativity and positivity are part of the balanced oneness, balanced one. They are two aspects of the whole. Getting stuck in either extreme isn't a healthy option. All right? Have you known people that are too negative and then they're too positive to where they ignore what's going on in the negative, what's going on in the dark, what's going on behind the scenes? You shouldn't ignore. There's very, very, very powerful tools that sets off like an alarm that we need to take care of something. All right, and by just being heads in the clouds, we're not going to pay attention to it. That's dangerous, just as dangerous as staying negative. All right, now we have to embrace everything that we're going through. Just don't get stuck. Keep moving. You know, our minds without proper discipline can be destructive. We must be aware of our inner power and always take good care of our minds. If the mind is in the control position, all right, there will be an imbalance as the mind allows negativity to reside there. So if you allow the mind in the control position to control you, the true chain of command is your sacred heart center, your soul, as the pilot. Your mind is co-pilot and your body as the passenger. This is the harmonious flow of divine energy. Our minds are designed to store information, to store our experiences in this lifetime with this current body, right? The mind we have now wasn't in a body from a past life. No, it's this body, new to this body. The mind doesn't have the necessary tools to be in charge. Really think about that now. It doesn't. It's basically used for us to store what we learn in this lifetime, to be able to access. It's our computer database, pretty much, right? It can effectively listen to your heart's desires nor your body's desires without any type of prejudice when it's in the control position. But our sacred heart center, again, the heart chakra, the soul area, has all the wisdom and knowledge of our whole existence, way beyond this current life, back in the past and even the future. Quite honestly, yes, it's all the same, part of the whole same DNA thread, so to speak, if you want to look at it like that. The energy is very much like the number 8. It's just, energy does not move in a straight line from point A to point B. Yeah, we go to from point A to point B. No, it's always either in a spiral, in a figure 8. There's some curvature to it, and this is why spirals and curves resonate really deeply with us on a deep, deep level. So learn to tune into your thoughts and pay attention to your own self-talk. What are you telling yourself? It always amazes me how people talk themselves right out of the things that they want, and they create their own bad luck without even realizing what they are doing, because they're letting that self-talk repeat, right? It's on a loop, and you got to stop that loop. I have often heard things, or hear feedback and hear things like, I'll never get this job. There are so many people more qualified than I am. Or why do these things always happen to me? And if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. And here's another one. I'm just not good at writing and expressing myself. I'll never find love. It just goes on and on and on. Right? Giggling at a funny chat comment. Y'all are too funny. Alright. The people that make these negative-based comments are lacking, guess what? Self-confidence and self-esteem. It's no secret or mystery as I listen to the way they talk and the way they present themselves to business associates, to friends, to family, and most importantly, how you present yourself to yourself. And I usually suggest to look at yourself in the mirror and talk. Are you avoiding eye contact with yourself? Are your shoulders slouched? Are you kind of like, you're mumbling? You know, this will help you pay attention to how you are representing yourself. All right? And don't be so judgmental what you see in the mirror either. So now we're going to go over some steps to improve your self-confidence and self-esteem. First step, Avoid negative people who constantly focus on the gloom and doom until you recognize their energy and can effectively put yourself into a protective state of being. I might tell you, there's some people you just cannot avoid. Maybe like your boss, coworkers, certain family and friends. All right? So what you have to do is you can take a break, take a step back. Protect yourself. Put yourself in a protective state. And how do you do this? There's so many protection tools out there. You want to know I like shortcuts, and let's go right to the highest ever. We put ourselves in the higher dimension. Sure, we may be the Earth, or 3D is going to 5D, but I have to tell you, a lot of us are even higher than that. There's a lot of us that have been working in elevated dimensions in 3D. So now we've moved up even more. There's a lot of us working in 6th and 7th, and you go to that 8th dimension of just pure love and light. I'm talking divine love and light. Guess what? When you're in that state, you don't need protection because nothing can get to you. They have to be in that same state of being. And if they are there, the last thing they want to do is be harmful, right? So put ourselves in that state, and I have to tell you, you surround yourself with angels, because the angels are up there in that high vibration, and really does help. It does work, all right? Because sometimes it is hard to avoid these people, but you do have a choice. You're bound to come across people in your life that will also cast doubt on your own self-worth and test your self-confidence. Sometimes we let this happen without even realizing it, and then we begin to, guess what? We question our own abilities. We question us just because of an offhand comment from someone else. And what's interesting is that you can receive compliments all day long. But all it takes is one offhand comment. What do you think is going to repeat in your mind later that day? All the positive comments or the one offhanded one? The one negative one. That one negative one's going to nip at you as long as you let it. All right? All of the positive comments you're receiving should outweigh that one negative one. There's always going to be people out there that will say something, right? And we don't have to let that negative comment or any negative comment stick on us. We're going to let all these remarks just roll off of you like water. So here's a very powerful visualization tool. I want you to imagine that you are standing in a waterfall and you are allowing the water to just take away any negativity that's attached to your aura or your luminous energy field. It's being washed away from you, and it's going down into the earth, where Mother Earth, she will recycle this energy. And no creatures or living beings will be harmed in this process. Mother Earth knows how to recycle that. Just let it all flow off of you. All right? And this is also very powerful. You can do this in the shower to start your day off. From the time in between showers. All right? From last shower, maybe you've collected some, and you do wash off a little bit. Wash your hands, you wash. But when you stand in that shower or in your personal waterfall, it's a total cleansing. And there's some people who I know like to take more than 2 showers a day, especially if they're in a very high stressful job or situation. They need that cleansing, and that's fine. It's good that you recognize that you need to do that. Okay? Develop the awareness of negative ruled people. Become aware who they are and start to reduce the time you spend with them. Some people you just can't stop cold turkey. You have to back it off a little bit, back it off. And again, like I said, if it's a boss or a coworker, you can also ask, do I still need to be here? Ask your guides, and those for your highest and greatest. Am I getting a sign that I need to move on? All right. But some of us have to walk in high stressful situations. It's part of our path. It's part of our mission. All right. So this is why it's all right. Let's have these tools. Let's have these powerful tools. The second step, the second tool, believe in yourself. This sounds so easy, doesn't it? But it is so very hard sometimes. Start by imagining yourself as the very best in whatever you do. Now, I'm not talking about like this is you're competitive or comparing yourself to others. No, but more that you are bringing forward all of your powerful skills. Don't undersell yourself. If you are looking for a job, ask your guides and those for your highest and greatest only to direct you to where you need to be. Then visualize that you are the best candidate for the job. Or let's just say that it's not even job related. Maybe you're in school and you are taking a test. Then all right, you know what? I'm going to be the best in the class. I'm going to get high scores. I'm going to ace this test. All right. And of course, you still have to study too. Don't just say, woo-hoo, I'm going to wing this. That may backfire. All right. And that's the thing too, is when you're just asking for these things and visualizing these things, you have to take steps to make them happen. You can't just sit there and say, gimme, make it happen, make it manifest. No. You can put the attention there, but you still have to do some things as well to make this become fruitful and come into fruition for you. So back to like maybe that job. Imagine yourself as a boss or the owner, the CEO. Hey, how about you are your own boss? There's many leaders out there now stepping away from corporate America, stepping away from even private jobs and are having their own businesses. More and more small businesses are starting. All right. And also too, not nonprofits, a lot of volunteer, a lot of these types of things. How do you want to help humanity? But also know that whatever you're doing, it is increasing, let's say the company and its net worth and profitability despite any odds. The popularity of it, the funds, if it's a nonprofit, you're increasing the recognition. Visualize yourself receiving and delivering positive results to whatever situation you're engaged in. All right? Positive results in whatever situation you are engaged in. Sure, there's going to be obstacles. Sure, there's going to be challenges. But you know what? You can overcome this. You really can. When we start making excuses, we're slipping. We're slipping down into that negativity tar pit, aren't we? And that's what it is. Negativity is like a tar pit. We get stuck. Right? So don't allow yourself to fall into that. Be full of and vibrate confidence, enthusiasm, and most of all, believe it to be true. You're not lying to yourself. You are telling God, you're telling the universe, this is my intention. This is my new intention. I'm setting it. Let's manifest it. Bring it to me. Let's do this. What action is required on your part is to believe it. Believe it. And make it so. And next step is to recall successful and positive moments in your life. If you're going through a period of doubt or you feel weak and defeated and you lack confidence and self-esteem, Just remember the last time or times that you were successful. And take a deep breath and make a courageous step forward, despite any and all odds. Again, we always seem to reflect on the bad. There has to, and there is positive, because there's that beautiful balance in life. Even people who think that nothing goes right in their life, that's impossible. They have to have positive in their life at some point in time. And this is what they have to remember. This is what they have to tap into. All right? So, we're going to recall these past actions. How did you feel? You felt good, right? Tap back into that feel good feeling. The energy's there. Visualize yourself with your shoulders back, your chin up, your head held high, and walk with confidence. Walk with confidence and with a definite purpose for a successful outcome. Believe in yourself. And you can begin this right now. Trust in your success. Yes, believing in yourself does come with practice. It's not just a on switch. Oh, let's make it better right now. However, when you believe in something strongly enough, it motivates and commands your consciousness and subconscious mind into mysterious and powerful ways, into new arenas for you. Make sure in good arenas, not like, fighting arenas. Put you in good places. Make sure you put yourself and the God within you first. It's okay to say no. Establish healthy boundaries. Develop confidence, self-esteem, self-love. Yes, that's a big part. Self-love. And believe in yourself. People laugh when I tell them, give them the homework of standing in front of the mirror and say, I love you, you're beautiful. You'll laugh, you'll giggle, your mind will go, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? We could lose we could lose 5 to 10 pounds. We could lose this. We could do this. And oh my gosh, we're drooping here. We need to tighten this up. And shut up. Stop that. Stop that recording. Stop that loop. No. I am beautiful. I love myself. And I am confident. Because as soon as we put ourselves down, we put that energy, what's going on inside of us, of putting ourselves down, is now outside of us, and people pick up on that. And that's how they're going to treat you. They're going to put you down because you put yourself down. You want to change that? Change what's inside. Now let's take that word impossible and change it to I'm possible. I'm possible. Separate the I and the M from the word. I'm possible. There's no such thing, right, as impossible, but I'm possible. All right. To help with visualization skills, I do suggest meditation. You can do this meditation with or without your eyes open. And I would like to recommend the meditations can be found on the True Psychics Network website. There's free meditations available for everyone. Also on my website, I think I have my personal meditations that you find on True Psychics Network. You'll find them on my website. Also on YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel, just Goldylocks Temple of Healing. There are many wonderful meditations that are available if you also just go onto YouTube and just Google meditations. So you could spend a lot of time just listening to online meditations. But that's what we need. All right, take a break from the social networks. How much time do you spend on something that's just like, oh my goodness, I've been here for how long? But spend time now on something that's actually going to be food for your soul, right? Another thing I recommend that helps with visualization is looking at or coloring, drawing, or painting mandalas. I think I've mentioned this before, mandalas. You can get them in different sets. This is a mandala coloring kit. Just like to share this with you. And it's really, really beautiful. Everything you need to create. This is a greeting card kit. So it's, you can see I withdrew one. I colored it in, I should say. I colored in. So you have these blank templates, and I'll show you. Here's the blank one. To get close, I don't know if you can see it because it's in black and white. But, and you color them in. You can use, I used coloring pencils with this one, very sharp coloring pencils, because it's so fine and detailed. All right. So, there are so many great, you can go online, I think, and print out some blank mandalas. There's wonderful mandala meditations, which is going to be my next meditation that I should add to the True Psychics Network meditation page into my own as well. I would like to also share with you a book that is very healing just looking at these mandalas. And it's called Healing Mandalas. All right, let me get it centered here. And it's by Lisa Tenzin Dolma. Now, I will, just let me know if you would like to have the name, repeat the name of the book and the author, and then maybe even the ISBN number so you can find them. Just contact me. But I just want to share with you that this book is so meditative. You don't even have to read it. But you can if you want to. It's like, look at this one, like a butterfly. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'll say things like, focus on the caterpillars and the cocoons. The butterfly is growing inside. It's very, very beautiful. But you can just stare at the picture, at the mandala, and there's so much to look at, so much symbolism, so much healing embedded into it, right? And then you can read it too, part of it. Go with it. There's beautiful, powerful affirmations in here. There's just, this is meditative. You know, you just sit down and go through a book like this for, you think 5-15 minutes, and you look and you realize it's an hour. But that's okay, you needed that, right? So that's meditative. That's something you could do with your eyes open, right? Here's another fun one too. Another effective tool for visualization is sacred geometry. And I found this really cool sacred geometry kit, and the author is Janosh. I'm not sure how you say his name because he is a Dutch graphic designer. Janosh. It's like Jan with Osh at the end. Janosh. Janosh. I'm sorry if I butchered it. But I like this one. I'm going to show you a little bit too. And oh, I know, the old spirographs. Those were fun to play with. I loved those, right? All right. So this kit includes 89-page study guide, 33 cards, a journal, tracing paper, CD. Wow. It has a CD inside with some beautiful music that you can listen to while you are experiencing these sacred geometries. All right, and I just want to show you is that it has, a pencil fell out. Here's the beautiful pencil. It has a little paper stand that you can put your card on. And like right first off, the first card is passion. Now, what they do is they show you the black and white side of this so that you can trace it. All right, and what you're doing is you're tracing the sacred geometry points. But guess what it looks like? Ta-da! Isn't that beautiful? A lot of people say that when they start putting together the sacred geometry symbolisms, that they start to see colors. It starts to color itself, right? Look at this one for, and let me just show you a couple of these cards because they're so cool. Oh, look at this one for intuition. So you put your graph paper over it and you're just playing around. Oh, they're stuck together. This is the intuition one. So you can put your graph paper over it or just a very thin piece of paper and just start tracing over it. You know, it's like an ancient symbol, isn't it? Does it feel like, oh, what kind of language is that? All right. But do you know that by doing this, this is what it looks like, really? Isn't that beautiful? It's amazing. All right. So it's, and what I like too is that it has the study guide. It comes with a little study guide, and it even comes with this awesome little journal. So you can write it down. And it has all sorts of, daily reflections. What's a reminder? How is my feeling? Positive or negative? It's really cool. So it comes with, this is a great kit. If anyone is interested, just to, let's say, lose yourself in, to find yourself. How about that? Really, it's to find the divine part of you, to find yourself, not the physical, this is who you're supposed to be self, but who you truly are as a divine being. It helps you to reconnect with that. And again, that's sacred geometry. So, sorry. I do. I have it turned off on silent, but for you guys, it pushes through. So he is, when you don't feel good, you're getting impatient. He knows I'm doing a show. He'll be okay. He's not going to die in 5 minutes. No. Anyway, those are just some of my favorite tools. There's many out there you can go into. And a lot of I got these at big bookstores. You might be surprised. Go into this always gets me, New Age section, because it's really old age. They should say, where's the ancient wisdom section? That's what they should name it. Rename it. Rename the New Age to ancient wisdom section. That's what they should do. Anyway, go there and you'll be surprised what you find. You'll find a lot of beautiful things like this in books. And ask to be guided. Ask your guides. Ask those for your highest and greatest to be guided to books, to tools, to anything that can help you with visualization. All right? And so that's why we meditate too. It's just not only that calmness, but to visualize. What was really interesting is that when I started to calm down and take time for myself and to visualize, to have the meditation, because I was such an extreme extrovert, go, 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 go. And these kind of people, because it's, and I used to be like this. I couldn't stand silence. You just talk just to fill it in. I know it's hard to believe that I was like that, but I was. To talk because you didn't want that silence. I think I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So I was like that. And then I had to learn, why does the silence make me uncomfortable? Is it because I start to remember or I start to listen to the emotions that I've suppressed, that I have locked in the closet, and they start coming out because they need attention? And no, I don't want to deal with it right now, so I'm just going to keep talking. If I talk, it'll make it go away. Or if I talk louder, I'm talking louder over it, And so it's interesting because I can spot immediately now when someone else is doing that, because I used to do that. Totally. All right? And, but not anymore. As soon as I learned that it's okay and started taking care of my own stuff that was stuck in a closet, my own negative stuff. And even though you shove it in a closet, it still has power, it still has energy. It's not going to go away. You have to take care of it. And so when I started to take care of it, I also find now that, you know what, it's okay. I want my introvert moments. I want times when I'm not being around anyone publicly. And we should all have that. Honor that. Be gentle with yourself. Have pajama days. You just want to read, or I just want to stay connected with my divine guides. You know, on all those for the highest and greatest. That's all I want to do. I don't want to be around people. And you know, that's okay. Just don't get stuck that way. Remember, moderation. And before, in my 20s, I was so high strung. Go. No time for, I need to make time for me, to be quiet. Need to have this day or these hours of no. I'm not doing that anymore. All right? And it's okay. And I feel so much better for doing that. I really do. So, if you would like I said, anything that was mentioned in this show today, please message me. You can email me, and I'll be happy to give you any information. I do, like I said, this is a written type of course, or part of the psychic medium awareness or awakening and development course, because it is an awakening. We all have these gifts. We really do. And so another part, when you're taking care of yourself with meditation and visualization, then you start to really, you can develop yourself even more. And psychic, medium, and healer really all means the same thing when you're in those tapped into that divine source, really. And I know I talked about this a little bit last week about the who you're tapping into and who you're talking to. And even interestingly, yesterday, Tanya Terrell did mention something on her show, Metaphysical Monday, as well. And so I just want to add to this a little bit about, if you don't understand, because there's people who work in very high dimensions. If you don't understand what they're referring to, it can make you feel like they're tapping into something negative. All right? And let me just say this, or like, are you tapping into a creature? You're tapping into I can see what it looks like. Just know that all of us have access to guides that are maybe alien, that have never taken a form or a life on this earth plane. That doesn't mean that they're bad at all. All right? I know I have an alien. His name is Andrew. Andrew helps me a lot with some things that the other guides can't. But if I need guidance in an earth-related experience, then my guides will help me, because your main spirit guide will always be one that has lived a life on this earth plane, so that they can relate to that. They can have that compassion and understanding, right? So, and that's how they help you. All right. The alien ones really take into that upper vibrations, into that knowing as well. And so it's very beautiful. And again, there's always just a no judgment, just observe. And if you are getting a reading and you feel the energy is really beautiful and the person's beautiful, but something isn't settling right with you, take it to your guides and find out why it isn't. All right. And so it's like we all have different levels of learning. And I can understand too, it's words. If we're not using the right words or symbols, sometimes messages get misunderstood. So I always ask people too, even in private reading sessions, which again, it's all the same to me, reading and healing, is to let's pay attention to the energy, let's pay attention to the intention, and the intention is for your highest and greatest. All right? And so that's something else too. In developing yourself your what we call psychic medium abilities. Sometimes that word or those words can stop people from going any further. Not all of us can see spirit as clear as day standing next to you like a person. Many of us who could, I could as a child, and I asked for it to stop just because so it wouldn't drive me insane, and because no one around me was listening to what I was saying and thought I was lying. So I needed that. What I found is when that happened, though, you know what? My knowing kicked in even stronger. So each and every one of us are healers. So how about we go into that way of when you want to give someone a message. And this is how I tried to explain to another woman who is such a great healer. And she was like, I want to give messages. I was like, listen, the more healings you do get messages. You receive, because the body's telling you first and foremost, and you're in the upper vibrations, and the knowing kicks in. And whether you're reading the Akashic records, whether the guides, the master teachers are explaining this, to you, you're tapping into it. And so always go in the healer door. How about that? You want to tap into, and some people are scared to go in that psychic door because the word psychic scares them. I don't want to go in that door. The medium. Medium is anyone who talks to spirit, guides, RA angels. So those two words, they're on the door. You're scared to go through it. I have to tell you, I was myself. But the healer door, who doesn't want to go through that door? We all are healers. We've all helped someone in some way, shape, or form. We've gone through that door. We do it in our lives, in our daily lives. How many of you want to help people? I want to make them feel good. So we all can relate to that healer. Go in the healer door then, and just notice that everything else will follow. Everything else will fall into line. All right, so do that. Totally suggest take some type of energy healing course, or there's so many books out there now on that too. Tap into yourself as a healer and let the rest just awaken and fall into place comfortably. Because otherwise, if you try to force it, it makes you even more frustrated. All right, so you don't have to force it. Because I have to tell you that I almost stepped completely away from all of this because I was so frustrated. Because I did get caught up with a group of people that wanted to help develop you psychic medium abilities and mediumship. All right, but I found that as I sat in circle with them, I received information differently than they did. And they didn't have tools to help me. So what happens is, oh my goodness, the self-confidence, the self-esteem sets in. I'm not doing it like they are. Is there something wrong with me? What's going on? But then I was like, well, it's okay. I just want to work on that healer part. I've always known that I'm a healer, and I'm going to develop that. And I had some really great mentors, though, in that group, too. It wasn't all bad. I had some great people and friends that I know even to this day, great mentors, that have told me, go and do the healer way. And they're like, don't, you're trying too hard because you're trying to fit. It's like a square, a square peg into a round hole, and it's just not going to fit. They're like, you have to do what's comfortable for you. Don't force anything. And allow it to come right from your heart. And that's where it all comes from. And when you're in that sacred heart center and you just allow this to come through, you're allowing the healing to come through. All that knowledge and wisdom comes through too. And that's what I was like, oh, that is beautiful. So if I had to have one word to describe who I am, it would be healer. But we all are. And you're going to step into that role and step into it. And then just let the rest of these titles fall into place, right? Spiritual counselors, they're all striving for the same thing, right? Coaches, spirit coaches, life coaches. listen to all the different titles, but you know what? We're all tapping into what? We should be anyway. We should all be tapping into that same divine healing energies. There you go. Because messages should be healing. They shouldn't be doom and gloom. They shouldn't be, having you tear out, screaming, crying, going, oh my gosh. That's not healing. That's fear. No fear-based messages. So going through the healer. Go in the healing way. All right. I know we have gone over. I just got carried away. Sorry. The guides were just really talking. So, all right. Let's just bring it all to you. So anyway. Thank you all so very much for like I said, hanging with me, even though we went over several minutes. And thank you so much. I am so very grateful for each and every one of you. And it's just, I can feel the love pulsate in the circle that we're all here together. So feel that love and that healing and that beautiful light for each and every one of us. And I'm very grateful. And namaste to each and every one of you. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Same time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh, right, 2 hours. I know, a 2-hour show. We'll see. I'm sure. I'm noticing that as I'm writing and channeling the messages for the day, it's getting longer and longer and longer. So pretty soon you'll see it's going to be 2 hours anyway. I know. All right. Well, thank you all so very much. Many blessings.